fine-tune our ability to tap into the Spirit, to fine-tune our ability to see Jesus in the world, to encounter Jesus, to be transformed by that love that just overwhelms, to live life in new ways with deep compassion and forgiveness and a stillness. A stillness. I have to say, most of us are going to be fairly isolated for the next few weeks. I know for some people it's going to be difficult to have to stay at home, to not have those social connections that we normally have, those groups of people that we lean on. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard for some of us, harder for some than others. And in the midst of that, and here I am, I'm saying, go out and see Jesus, but we're encouraged to stay in our homes, so much so that we're doing this online. So the question becomes, how do we see Jesus if we're sitting in our homes all by ourselves, stuck going stir crazy? The answer is that we can also see Jesus within ourselves. Because Jesus is already working within us. Jesus already has transformed us. We've already received that great gift of love, whether we acknowledge it all the time or not. So what I encourage folks to do when you are at home, when you're by yourself, when you're feeling lonely, take a moment, even if it's only a few minutes, and try to still the mind, try to still the body. We have this great gift of stillness and silence for the next few weeks that we can really lean into. So when we're feeling those moments of being overwhelmed, just rest in the self. Now what's going to happen is you'll rest, you'll try to calm your mind down, and our mind will start shooting around in a million different directions, and that's totally normal. When you notice that mind starting to drift, start to think about things, just return to your breath, or return to an image of God. Let that bring you back. Just try to find that stillness. This is something that we can do every day, even again, if it's only for a few minutes. I try to do it as much as I can for about 20, 25 minutes. But that can be really hard to do, and it takes practice. But what I encourage you to do is to just keep finding that stillness, resting in the heart. And what happens is when we find that stillness and we take time to rest into that stillness, we find that the edges soften, the anxiety starts to melt away a little bit. We're not going to totally get rid of the anxiety. These are difficult times, but they'll slow down a little bit. Some of the challenges may seem a little less daunting. And also in this time, we can reflect on our own lives. Certainly we've had those difficult moments that tend to suck us into dark places, but we can also think of those moments of joy. When we knew God's love, when we had a sense of the Spirit around us and holding us tightly. For if we really believe the Spirit, if we really believe that we are all created together through the love of God, then we know that we are not alone, ever. We know that God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. So I think this is important for us to be thinking about. What does it mean to be a church? What does it mean to be people of faith? What does it mean to be a follower of Jesus? And we can get really caught up with the words, and we can get caught up with all sorts of different things, but again, this idea of to be open to Jesus' presence, to be aware of the way God's love moves through the world, but also within us. To take time to be still, to push aside all that noise for just a little bit, and just be still. To rest in that love. To know that we are transformed and have been transformed and will continue to be transformed. This is really good news. In these times of anxiety, let us rest in that good news. That we have been loved and that we are loved. The greatest of news.